Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to a new televised English lesson for fourth formers. I am Imen Wusliti, teacher of English at Sadiki School, and today I will be presenting lesson 1 of Unit 4, Life Concerns. This lesson was prepared under the supervision of Mr. Hatem Lakhlifi, English Language Inspector. In this lesson, we're going to talk about life concerns, healthy eating, the negative effects of smoking, and the benefits of quitting this harmful habit. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to predict the content of the unit, understand collocations, interpret pictures, categorize information related to healthy eating and smoking, deduce the meaning of some words from context, use information to write an article for your school magazine. So are you ready? Let's start. First thing, what is the meaning of the word issue? I will give you some moment and I want you to complete the definitions of the word issue using the listed words. I guess you got it. An issue is an important topic or problem that is often discussed or argued about. The word life issue is the title of the unit. In fact, life issue means the topics in life about which one can be concerned. And the word life issue is in fact a collocation, which is a combination of two or more words that are commonly used together. We are going to practice using collocations with the word life through this tiny exercise. I want you to take your time and to complete with the right collocation from the list: lifelong, lifestyle, lifelike, and life-changing. Focus on the first sentence. This statue of Trump is very, a word meaning realistic. It looks as if the tourist is really taking a selfie with the former US president. That's it, lifelike or realistic. Next one, to achieve ongoing personal and professional development, never-ending learning is a necessity. Which word would mean the same as never-ending according to you? Exactly, that's lifelong learning is a necessity. Let's move on. Leaving one's homeland and settling in a foreign country takes a lot of thinking. It is a decision, a word meaning vital. You got it right. It's a life-changing decision. And the last one. Jane eats healthily and exercises regularly. She has a healthy, a word meaning way of life. I think this one is quite easy. She has a healthy lifestyle. What about you now? What are your most important life concerns? What do you worry about? When asked these questions, my students had the following answers. Some of them expressed that they are concerned about their future career and success. Others said they worry about pollution and global warming. Other students said that they are concerned about their family and their relationships. Some of them also said that they are worried about the decline of moral and social values. Health issues and word pandemic is also one of the major concerns stated by students, of course, considering the circumstances of COVID-19. Other students talked also about addictive habits such as smoking and healthy living and fitness, and we are going to concentrate on these latest two. Do you have a healthy lifestyle? Do you maintain a healthy diet? Are you getting your 5 a day? First, what's 5 a day? Can you guess with the help of the picture the meaning? Yes, you got it. It is the recommendation of 5 portions of fruit and vegetables that people should eat every day as part of a healthy diet. And your friends prepared for you some tips to help you keep a healthy lifestyle. First, you should follow a balanced and healthy diet. You ought to eat at regular times and not skip meals. I advise you to exercise regularly. It also might be a good idea to seek the help of a dietitian.
Dietitian.
That's the pronunciation. A dietitian is a professional who advises people on what kind of food they should eat to keep healthy. A synonym may be the word nutritionist.
Nutritionist.
And that is the pronunciation. A nutritionist is an expert on the relationship between food and health. A last tip, most important one. If I were you, I would avoid smoking or quit it altogether. Notice that the expressions that are written in green are expressions that express advice. In fact, smoking is a nasty habit that has awful repercussions. It is a major cause of heart diseases, higher risk of stroke. It is also a cause of many types of cancer, like lung cancer and larynx cancer. It may also affect teeth and trigger bad breath. And of course, it may ultimately cause death. Although all these dangers are well known to all of us, teens still choose to light a cigarette and to join the smokers club. So what are the reasons that push teens to start smoking? The most common reason is peer pressure. In fact, when teens' friends are smokers, they want to join the team, which may give them a sense of belonging. It's a way for them to fit in. They would be perceived as cool kids or maybe rebellious kids. Adult smoking is also another reason. If one of the parents, especially, or an adult in the family is a smoker, then smoking is perceived as a normal habit. It can also be perceived as a mature behavior. Coping with stress is also a third reason. Like adults, teens smoke to relieve stress. As you may know, the nicotine found in cigarettes activates the pleasure areas of the brain and creates positive and pleasurable sensations. And last but not least, media influence. When teens see their favorite celebrities smoking on TV or in movies, they want to imitate so that to give the same sense of style as their role models. Okay, now let's open our textbook. On page 196, you have a short text. I want you to take some moments to skim it so as to find out its main goal and its 3 main ideas. Okay, we're back. I think that you got it right. Yes, the main goal of the text is to persuade people that quitting smoking is not only possible but also beneficial. The three main ideas that are presented in the text are that it is not easy for smokers to quit because of its addictive nature, that quitting smoking has several benefits, and that if you really want to quit smoking, you definitely can. I want you to focus again on the text. Try to focus on the first part and spot what happens when you quit smoking. You can have some moments. I think you're ready. They are quite easy. Yes, here they are. When you quit smoking, you can taste and smell food better. Your breath smells better. You get rid of your cough. You reduce the risk of cancer, stroke, and all sorts of diseases, of course. And also, you can save money. I want you to do something else. Try to focus on the second part of the text now and tell me how to quit smoking according to this short text. Try to skim. You can spot them easily. That's it. If you want to quit smoking, you must have the desire to give up. It needs to be coming from inside you. You need also to consider the benefits of quitting. Always think about the advantages of being smoke-free. Try also to keep busy when you feel tense. Listen to music, read something, do an entertaining activity. You should also eat regular and healthy meals. And why not start a money jar? It may be pleasurable to see the jar getting full with money you normally spend on cigarettes. Okay, let's now go deeper in the text. You notice that there are some words that are written in bold letters. I want you to try to guess the meaning of these words, of course, with the help of the context. I will be giving you 3 alternatives, and I want you to find out the right meaning of each one of the words. Let's start with the word addictive. The sentence says that, unfortunately, the addictive nature of tobacco and nicotine can make this a very difficult thing to do for some people, but not impossible. So if a substance is addictive, does it mean that your body needs it regularly and you develop a dependence on it? Is it so expensive that nobody can afford it? Or does your body, need it to boost your energy and healthy growth? Yes, I think that you got this one. A substance is addictive if your body needs it regularly and you develop a dependence on it. Addictive is the adjective form. The noun is addiction, and for a person we say an addict. Next word we're going to focus on is stroke. Quitting smoking cuts the risk of lung cancer, heart disease, stroke, and other respiratory illnesses. What does the word stroke mean according to you? Is it a health problem due to bad dietary habits? Is it a sudden life-threatening interruption of the blood supply to the brain? Or is it a loss of appetite? I think you got this one too. It's quite easy. The word stroke means a sudden life-threatening interruption of the blood supply to the brain. It is a very serious condition, in fact. Next word, tough. To stop smoking is really a tough job to be done. Is it an impossible job to be done, a difficult job to be done, or a simple job to be done according to you? Yes, well done. Tough means difficult. It's an adjective. The noun is toughness. Let's move on. When you quit smoking, you will set the example for others around you. And what does that mean? If you set an example for other people, does it mean that they will advise you, they will criticize you, or they will copy you? Yes, good job. When you set an example for other people, it means that they will copy you. Next expression, when you feel tense, try to keep busy. What is the meaning of feeling tense? Is it being unable to relax because of nervousness and anxiety? Is it expecting someone to help you? Or is it feeling hopeful and excited? I know you're smart, you're going to get it quickly. The answer is when you feel tense, you are unable to relax because of nervousness and anxiety. And the last word that we are going to find out its correct meaning is the word mistaken. The sentence says, feeling hungry is sometimes mistaken for the desire to smoke. If something is mistaken for another, it is better than another, different from another, or confused with another. I think you got it. If something is mistaken for another, it is confused with another. So let's write about it. It seems that smoking addiction is one of the constant concerns of our society. This is the topic I suggested to my students. You have decided to write an article in which you react to the sharp and stunning increase in the number of teenagers who are addicted to cigarettes. In this article, you will not only show your concern about the rise in the number of young addicts, but also suggest effective measures and solutions in order to face and curb this phenomenon. First thing to do is to read our writing topic carefully and to try to spot the keywords. You may underline them or highlight them because they will help you identify the topic gaps, which are the genre, the audience, the purpose, and the style. That's it. These are the keywords. And from those keywords, we can deduce the genre of the writing. It's an article. The audience for an article, of course, would be the article readers. The purpose is to show your concern and suggest solutions. And the style, of course, should be formal. You may use expressions of advice and expressions of suggestion. Let's move on to stating the possible problems and dangers of smoking that you may be concerned about. These possible problems and dangers were suggested by your friends in class. They said that more and more teenagers are getting addicted to cigarettes, which is a fact that is very worrying. They also stated that teens are easily influenced and many think that smoking a cigarette is worth trying. It also damages their health and hinders their normal growth, both physically and mentally. Another problem that your friends listed is that it is a real threat both to the smoker and to people surrounding him or her. Your friends then thought about possible solutions that may help curb teen smoking. One of these solutions were to organize school events so as to sensitize students to the harmful effects of smoking, to motivate teenagers to participate in sporting events and cultural activities, to encourage open dialogue with parents, experts, and educationists. They also suggested sharing success stories of quitting through social media, and you know social media is very effective with teens. Launching awareness campaigns on a wider scale since they already exist. And why not prosecute those who sell cigarettes to minors? When writing your article, you may need some of the linkers we'll list later on and some of these vocabulary. So if you are going to to add arguments, you may use in addition, moreover, furthermore. Try to avoid using the word and too much. If you're contrasting ideas, you can use however, yet, on the other hand. Again, try to avoid using the word but too much. You may need expressions like, although smoking is hazardous, teens still want to try, for example. Or, unless we take serious measures, cancerous cases will rise. If you're going to further explain your argument, you may use linkers such as a matter of fact, or indeed, etc. And when you're going to wrap up what you have written in your article, you can use linkers such as in brief, to sum up, or in conclusion. Remember the necessary 5 steps of processed writing. Here is a quick reminder. You need, first of all, to start by the pre-writing stage. Try to brainstorm, jot down all the ideas that come to your mind on your draft sheet. Do not worry about grammar at this stage. Do not worry about relevant or irrelevant ideas. Just write down whatever you can think about and that can be related to the topic. Then you're going to organize and outline those ideas. So here at this step, you may choose to keep or omit some of the ideas. You also need to remember that it is an article, so you'll need a title, a nice introduction with a nice lead and a claim, etc. Once outlined, you can start drafting. Write a first draft here. Try to put all those ideas in full, correct sentences, of course using linkers so that your writing is coherent. When you finish, you're not done. You need to revise. Try to read what you have written and check for mistakes. Try to improve your style. Change weak words into more refined expressions. And then reread again and try to check for any spelling, grammar, or punctuation mistakes. Are you ready to practice? Well, one of my students was, and he provided us with a writing sample. And in class, we, with the other students, try to proofread it. Of course, when you are in class, you can exchange papers with your classmates and proofread your essays. But of course, when you are on exam day, you need to do this job on your own. As you may notice, The writing does not contain a title. It doesn't have a clear layout. And we cannot distinguish the different parts of the article. So your friends chose to separate the different parts and to make the introduction, body part and conclusion clearer. They also chose a catchy title. They suggested for a tobacco-free youth. If you look closer, you will notice some types of mistakes, like capitalization mistake. The personal pronoun I is always capitalized. There's a word order mistake, a spelling mistake. The word especially is a double L word. A word form mistake. Here you need to remember parallelism or parallel structure, sorry. The real concern is that teenagers seem to ignore or maybe choose to ignore that the consequences of tobacco use are cancer, etc. The linker used here is a wrong linker. There is no consequence here linking the two sentences. Standing for here is a wrong preposition to use. Standing normally against this phenomenon is a must. There's a mistake in the use of tense here. In conclusion, even if teens perceived smoking as a way to relax, there is no need to use the simple past here. Normally we'll use the present. And of course, a verb form mistake. It is always a base form after modals, so will sure help limit its drawbacks. So let's see how your friend sample turned out after proofreading. Seems quite acceptable. And let's do a final check. So we were asked to write an article in the school magazine. Do we have the catchy title? Yes, we do. Is there a nice introduction? Yes. Do we have a claim, a clear claim? Here it is. The situation is worsening day after day, and measures must be taken to curb the alarming rates of addiction, especially among teenagers. Let's move on to the content. We notice that the content consists of 2 paragraphs. Does your friend show his concern? Yes, he does. He starts with a very clear topic sentence here. The real concern is that teenagers seem to ignore or maybe choose to ignore that the consequences of tobacco use are cancer, etc. Did he suggest solutions? Yes, he did. I strongly believe that standing against this phenomenon is a must. We have to protect our youth by raising awareness campaigns and so on. So he suggested solutions. Did he wrap up his writing with a nice conclusion? Yes, he did. We have the concluding paragraph. It's very concise and effective. In conclusion, even if teens perceive smoking as a way to relax, smoking is a hazard not only to the smoker's health, but also to the non-smokers around him or her. Highlighting its dangers and openly speaking up about them will sure help limit its drawbacks. With this, we've reached the end of our lesson. I hope that you enjoyed watching it and that it was helpful. So I would advise you to keep up the good work and best wishes. Thank you and bye.